Manufacturing process design outputs. The IATF 16949 requirements include 8.3.5.2, PPAP and APQP core tool manuals, as well as many CSRs. This is a top 10 IATF 16949 CB major and minor nonconformance. Concerning compliance, many outputs are the result of the process design activity. Those are identified in 8.3.5.2 A through N. Most common outputs include special characteristics, manufacturing line design, tooling and production processes, process documentation, APQP documents such as process flow diagrams, control plans, and FMEAs. Output of process design is production line readiness for volume production. CSRs may include specific process design methodologies, such as the AIAG APQP core tool. Discussing best practices. 1. Using a checklist method to define all required outputs of the process design. 2. Use a cross-functional team for the APQP activity and outputs. 3. Validation activities and records to support the output development. And 4. Gate models to show status of development and actions if not achieved. Considering CB hot buttons, 1. Outputs have not been validated prior to mass production, resulting in customer satisfaction issues, such as quality and delivery. 2. Cross-functional teams not being utilized, resulting in missed outputs. For example, maintenance plans not being developed for new equipment. 3. Overall timing misses to customer timeline. And 4. Missed gate output actions not timely or not implemented. What I've seen as a CB auditor. Let's look at the good. At a metal parts maker, 1. They incorporated a team-based APQP approach that included extremely well-controlled gate reviews and all required outputs. 2. Actions were identified and addressed. 3. The process design followed the timing of the customer's launch activities, and the customer was deeply involved in the APQP gate reviews. The result was an effective launch with a very limited fallout during that launch. Concerning the bad, APQP was basically a one-person show, and control of the product launch relied on the quality manager. Missing inputs and outputs of the APQP process were identified, and the customer put the site on containment for 6 months until the lines were producing product without ongoing significant issues. As a result, a major nonconformity was identified. The ugly. Product was launched with a tool in hope. Work instructions developed on the fly as the product was running. Control plans were a cut and paste that did not represent the process. FMEAs were identifying failure modes and processes that had nothing to do with the recent launch. Maintenance plans were not developed, so the new equipment broke down frequently, with spare parts 4 to 6 weeks away. Operators were never trained to the methods, so inspection processes were not standardized. Even the input materials were not to the drawing specification. The site was on customer special status and containment for over 1 year. Many major nonconformities were identified.